Hey guys, welcome back. Today I thought we'd expand upon our maximizing our EDC series, and I'll be talking specifically about my keychain, and I'm going to be giving you some other ideas relative to keychains. Now, my regular EDC keychain is not a particularly impressive thing. There's nothing super exciting about it, other than my house keys and car keys and what have you. I have a small Leatherman tool. Now the name has, the model number rather, has worn out from keeping it in my pocket, so I don't recall exactly what it is, but it's kind of interesting. It's got a little scissor on it. It's got a tweezer on this side. It's got a little file and a little knife, and I use it all the time. I open boxes with it and cut string and what have you. The other tool that I use quite a bit, and this is the Streamlight Nano. I love this little flashlight. This is by far my favorite little flashlight of for this type of use. Now this particular keychain is not all that exciting. I do have a spare keychain, and this is where I keep the keys to the schools that I teach at, and it's attached to this keychain. I can slide it into my waistband, and this palm stick key fob thing has been marketed under various names: the Kubaton, the Persuader. In martial arts, it may be referred to as a dulo or as a yawara. It's basically just a little stick that we can use as an improvised weapon. I mean, for that matter, we can use a pen much in the same way. You're going to use it in your hand, and because the material is generally harder than your flesh, you'll be able to hit much harder. Okay, this particular one is made out of aluminum. It's a hard piece of material that we can hit with. So let's talk about that for a second. Hey, let me pause you for a second. If I keep this in my right hand, there's a couple of things that I can do quickly. My opponent encroaches my space. He gives me some type of a threat, and here we have to defend ourselves. The first technique, we're going to use the keys. I can slash at him and then hit him with it, right? I can follow it up however I need to, so I can go slash, hit, and follow through. If I find myself in the opposite side, let's come around this way, because fights can happen from either side. They're dynamic, they're dangerous. I come forward a little bit, right here. See, from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my empty hand, and I'm going to give him a nice shot across the neck, and then I'm going to follow it up with a hit from my keychain. So we're going to go 1, 2. Now notice what I did. I didn't go 1, 2, 3, but rather I stole a step along the way. I went here, loaded up the hit while I distracted him with the first hit. So I go 1, 2. I can follow this, however I need to, with knees, with elbows, whatever needs to be there. This gives me opportunity to hit him very, very hard. This is a great little tool, particularly for people that work or live or operate in non-permissive environments. This is something that it's very, very benign. People don't take much notice of it. And it's very, very handy when you can't have anything else. While I was writing bonds at the jail, I often found myself with good amounts of money in my pockets and completely unarmed, because that's a non-permissive environment. In that situation, this keychain was very handy. Also, I would keep a pen on my ear for easy access if I needed it. So improvised weapons, very, very useful. Now let me give you guys another quick tip. Okay, now there's a whole lot of uses for a piece of metal that's got some length to it. Guys, it's very important that we understand that when we're discussing any type of survival subject, being creative is of the utmost importance. Having an open mind and good observational skills and all those things will lead to a greater degree of creativity. What I wanted to show you guys is a way to make an improvised tourniquet using this and a triangular bandage, what people that have been in the military may refer to as a cravat. This is obviously, it's an improvisation. I don't generally plan to improvise, but should I have the need, it's a good thing to know. So I use this as the windlass and take my cravat. Very simply, I've already pre-rolled it. I'm going to bring it around my leg. I'm going to give it a simple overhand knot, tighten it up as much as possible, put my lever inside, put another overhand knot on it, tighten that down as much as I can. Now I'm going to crank it. Keep cranking until I can't crank no more. And then take a look at what I'm going to do here. I'm going to tuck it right under to prevent it from spinning free. There we have it, a quick tourniquet. Why would you need a tourniquet? Well, in disaster situations, very often there are going to be large quantities of injuries. A catastrophic injury such as arterial bleeding is something that may require an application of a tourniquet. It's an important skill. It's something you should know. You should have that in your repertoire of first aid skills. But if you need a more exciting scenario, consider this. You find yourself in the middle of an active shooter incident in the mall. You ambushed the guy because you were hiding between a rack of clothes. You slapped a rear naked choke on him. You put him down, and during the struggle, you put a couple of rounds into your leg. That scene will not be secure until law enforcement secures it. And this is important because emergency services is not going to be allowed into that scene until it is secure, which can take several hours. That wouldn't be unusual. You get a femoral bleed, you got minutes, if that much, to keep the blood inside your body. Guys, hopefully this stuff stirred up some ideas in your head. I think this material is pretty important, so that's why we're here sharing it. I'd love all the help that I can get in spreading it, so if you guys like it, please hit the like, share it with your friends. If you like this channel, please go ahead and subscribe so you can stay abreast of all our uploads. I'm Tony, this is the Urban Survivalcraft Project, and until next time, take care.